Hello my fellow pilots, and welcome again to another episode of DrHawk's Game Clinic, Episode 3. Today's episode we're focusing primarily on Arena Commander and its new patches for the game Star Citizen. There's a little bit more in Destiny on the way, but for now, let's focus on Star Citizen. Our first order of the day is announcing that we have finally crossed $53 million in crowdfunding. Star Citizen doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon, so give each other a pat on the back for reaching this milestone, and with it we unlock the Independent Arbitrators Guild. The details for this such follows. Have you ever been wronged by your superiors? Has the member of your organization entrusted with watching the funds been watching them go into his own pocket? Think you don't have any recourse? You're wrong. Fully licensed and bonded to work within the UEE and beyond, the Independent Arbitrators Guild allows citizens and civilians, we don't discriminate, to file complaints against or within private organizations, petition cases with our IAG representatives to have your voice heard and restitutions made. It is your business less than legitimate. IAG is only here to judge the matters you want us to. Confidentiality is guaranteed. So this is going to probably be a good service for those of you who are scared of situations similar to EVE, where everybody's heard of famous cases of espionage and backstabbing, and we're not going to go into any of that because it's not related at all. But congratulations on reaching the Independent Arbitrators Guild. Now, in the past week and the week beforehand, of course, we've had the racing module released. To those of you who have been having difficulties playing, myself included, if you remember the last episode, rest assured, CIG has actually been working very hard on the control sensitivity. I don't have any gameplay footage right now. My recording has both been kind of botched, as well as the fact that I've been absorbed with Destiny. But I did manage to get in and try it, and as opposed to the controls that we had beforehand, they are improving quite a bit. There's also community members that actually went ahead and found some of the in-game files and ways that you could improve your own control sensitivity if you were having troubles controlling your ship. If you haven't yet had a chance to try the new racing module, then do give it a shot. It should be a lot better than it was previously, and from what I've tried so far, it is just getting a little bit of a handle on how the ship's handled now. Is going to take some practice, given with the new speed mechanics as well as the weight. If you're used to the slow controls, you're going to be in for a lot of collisions on the racetrack. Moving on, however, by reaching a new stretch goal, we have unlocked the potential for yet another stretch goal. Now, everyone knows that Star Citizen is, of course, focusing on customization and allowing you to choose what you want your ship to do. The next stretch goal coming out is actually going to allow us to pick one of the weapons that they have planned coming out, and every backer before, and I'd have to check this here, 55 million will receive it. So there's a few options here. I'll read them off, and you guys can tell me which ones you find the most interesting. Starting off at the top of our list, we have the Ballistic Cannon, the AR Pyrobolt C1. With the introduction of the Pyrobolt C1, A&R provides another worthy addition to their historical line of products. The Pyrobolt is a 15mm ballistic cannon capable of delivering a variety of ammo types with a moderate rate of fire and maximum accuracy. Our second weapon in line is a laser cannon, the Preacher Armament Alpha 1. When Preacher Armament unveiled their Alpha 1 laser cannon at last year's DEF CON, no one was expecting a shocker, but Preacher redefined the standard ship weapon, increasing stopping power without overtaxing your power plant. Third in line is a ballistic Gatling weapon, the Preacher Armament Inquisition XX2, which I actually don't know which Roman numeral that is. I'm going to assume 12. The Preacher 12s is the weapon to turn to when you want complete target saturation. Its dual ammo feed allows you to hot swap feeds without exiting your ship, giving every owner the ultimate flexibility to pick the ammo based on the situation. Now, this is kind of interesting, and this is actually going to be the one I'm voting for, as being is that there's only one Gatling weapon available to players at the moment, the Mantis, which comes with the Hornet. It would be nice to see a variety of Gatling weapons in game. Anyone who's played Arena Commander knows that the Gatling weapons are actually fairly effective at both either stripping shields and actually punching through the hull of the ship. They're not great at everything, but they're very good all-round weapons. Just make sure you don't hold the trigger down and melt them into a pile of slag. Our fourth weapon we have is the Laser Repeater, the verified off-world Laser Technologies Firestorm. That's a very long name. You can run, but you can't hide from a firestorm. Volt's new laser repeater is a cost-effective addition to your offensive arsenal, capable of delivering a baseline 6 rounds per second to make it comparable to its ballistic counterparts and without the worry of running out of ammo. The next one we have is a neutron cannon, who I know Birdman is going to want to use. PoW Kiloblast 3000 Pro. PoW does it again. The Kiloblast 3000 is their latest middle-of-the-road solution capable of providing massive stopping power per shot. The Kiloblast 3000 may be the first neutron cannon you buy, but it might be the last you'll ever need. This one's a runner-up for me. Personally, I do like my Omniski 6s, but I've always prefer high damage per shot as opposed to rate of fire, because I believe that if you only need to hit the target once, you're safe. Next up, we have missiles. The Spearfish ASIM-09EN-7 Arrestor. Spearfish's line of Arrestor missiles are tried and true hunters. Top of the line infrared sensors combined with a proprietary VK9 processing software to minimize lock loss and deliver a devastating EMP payload every time. Interesting that it's an EMP payload, as this will allow players to effectively strip shields and maybe not completely destroy the target on impact. Pirates might like this option, as maybe it might potentially disable power plants, thrusters, weapon systems. We won't know until it's in game. The next few things we have aren't actually weapons, they're other components you'll be able to add to your ship. The next is a power plant, the Ace Astrogation Fusion Pro 3H. Optimized for medium-sized spacecraft, the 3H from Ace Astrogation boasts high durability and performance under fire while maintaining a robust energy output. Next, we have a shield generator from Ramp Corporation ProTech Twin Standard. The ProSec Twin Standard is a binary segment shield generator, each offering front or rear placement to more effectively direct your defensive measures. The ProSec Ultra features a lower EM signature for those times where you don't want to fight at all. And finally, an odd one, but being as that the cooling system isn't yet in place, it's still interesting to see. Cooling, the J-Span Cyrostar. Award-winning designers at J-Span have produced one of the most advanced cooling systems yet. The Cyrostar utilizes a new kind of liquid cooling technology guaranteed to keep your engines cool without sacrificing power. Little caveat, by the way, the cooling system is in place, but until we're allowed to actually work with the other parts, yet we're not allowed to completely tinker and tune the ship we want for either maximum heat dissipation or efficiency. But now that we have the parts, it'll be interesting to look forward to them. So be sure to make sure you vote on this. There, you can check the com link below in robertspaceindustriescom. Make sure you vote for the the Ballistic Gatling Preacher Inquisition 12, or whichever one that you want to see in your hangar come 55 million. In other Star Citizen news, we have a little bit of a surprise. For those of you that visit the Star Citizen subreddit, you may have seen the Lego Hornet that's propped up. User Nosmigun, I can't actually say that, so I apologize if I butcher it, has created an interesting F7A Lego variant. Now, what's interesting is that he put this up on Lego's site, and Lego will support a build project if you reach 10,000 supporters or votes. Right now, there's 4,000 supporters. So if you head over to Lego and visit the F7A and give that thing a little vote, if it reaches 10,000, well, you may as well see an F7A sitting on your desk. Sorry, I'm starting here. It's just I built a lot of Legos as a kid, and having a Star Citizen Lego kit, I think, as Lego says it best, how fitting that a Kickstarter-funded video game should find its way onto Lego ideas. That just the two and two are almost a meta to each other, and it goes hand in hand. So be sure to check out the page. You can either find it on the subreddit or visit the page directly. I'll include a link in the video description below, and give that some support, because I would definitely go run to the Lego store and buy an F7A if I saw it there. And the final thing that I wanted to go over, of course, is the patch notes and the CIG at PAX Australia. Now, as talked about before, the patch notes are actually very bare. Most of the fixes are centered around gamepad sensitivity, so depending on what kind of control scheme you use, leave a comment in the description, in the video below, or on the forums, and tell me how it's working for you. I know some of you are using X55, HOTAS, Xbox controllers, and some of you are even flying mouse and keyboard, but you guys are skilled. I can't fly mouse and keyboard for the life of me. Make sure you get the patch, and for those of you who are able to go to PAX, CIG will be there. They'll be at PAX Australia on November 1st. You can find the details and parking information, all that important stuff, in the comm link. Again, I'll include another link in the description below. Be sure to go check out CIG at PAX, take lots of pictures, and share some of the videos there. All in all, that is pretty much Star Citizen news for this past week in a nutshell. There's a little bit of Destiny stuff I wanted to talk about, primarily focused around the raid aspect. I remember I said that I didn't want to really give it a final mark until I had tried that. For those of you who are Star Citizens, you can tune out now, but I don't actually have much to say on the topic of Destiny. The raids are fun, they're challenging, they're really engaging, if you wanted to use the word lightly. If you're not killing your teammates, it's very difficult. But a lot of Destiny's troubles, as well as attributes, still shine there. It's still grindy, it's still fun to play, and it still has the same issues in rating as it does in the normal game. Most reviews, if you guys have seen them come out right now, even Angry Joe recently had his video come out, giving it in the ballpark from a 5 to 10 to a gracious 8 out of 10. Right now I'd give it about a 7 out of 10. I'll probably do a more formal review next week for you guys, for those of you who are interested in Destiny, but I don't really have a whole lot to add. It's a raid, it's fun, very fun. I had a lot of fun for the past week, and the loot drops are still ridiculous. That's really there is all to say on the matter. If you guys have enjoyed this show, please do subscribe. You can do so by clicking on the fuzzy little hawk. If I can get orient there, right there. Be sure to click the fuzzy little hawk. You can subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments or feedback, please be sure to leave them in the video. I love every comment that I receive. It's motivational. Even if it's criticism, it gives me something to think about during the week. You can find me on the various social media websites. You can find me on Twitter at LG_DrHawk. Yeah, I sometimes post just random tweets or game-related information. You can find me on Facebook as well. We have something like 250 likes now for DrHawk, so thank you very much for those of you guys who like DrHawk. You can also find me on Twitch. I haven't been streaming lately. Again, Destiny, trying to get the whole of that game of what they were trying to do. Don't know what to think about it yet. It's good, but it's odd. It's like a bastard child in a way, or weird way. But you can see any of my Twitch streaming on Twitch TV at DrHawk. I'm bound to be trying some Star Citizen here and trying to shoot Fiendish Feather and Birdman once again. And finally, of course, a big thanks to my Patreon backers. I noticed I picked up some new backers lately, so thank you very much, guys. Your Patreon backings are much appreciated. You can do so and find me on Patreon at DrHawk, or find it at DrHawk's Game Clinic. And all you have to do if you're interested in supporting is just $1 a month. It means a lot, and every little bit helps. So I'd like to leave you guys on a final note to say thank you very much. It's been a pleasure doing a video with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week on DrHawk's Game Clinic.